the year I should travel to was the year 4000. So I found myself face to face with aliens.
This man claims to have been to the year 4000 and met with actual aliens. We met up with the man in an undisclosed location as he told us his story. You will not believe what he saw. Watch this and decide for yourself.
My name is Raniek Djokovic. I'm from Lithuania. I'm 60 and I want to share my thoughts with you. People usually keep something unusual and forbidden in secret for a long time, but once they want to share with somebody. Let me be your guest today. First of all, I'm glad to say that I lived in the USSR, which was the biggest country in the world with 15 socialist republics including Ukraine, Belarus, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Lithuania, Latvia, and etc. It was governed by Communist Party with equal status among different nations. It was great and powerful country with its culture, religion, economy, and traditions. And pay attention, the Soviet Union was one of the 5 recognized nuclear weapons states. It had weapons of mass destruction. The former Russian Empire existed from 1922 to 1991. Why I tried to tell you about it? Because the KGB, the Committee for State Security, it was very great main security agency at that time. It was a military service. Everything was under strict control of it. Yeah, maybe you heard the 3 letters KGB. Anyway, let me introduce myself. I was an engineer of mechanical engineering. When a young, I was very happy to my favorite job. It was extremely interesting and exciting. Our general engineer, David Meladze, was a very clever man with many dangerous and secret ideas. I was in a close touch with him. We were the participants of many conferences where different scientific questions were discussed. We didn't know very much about our universe, about many classical definitions such as wormhole, black hole, curved space-time, time machines, and other things. Our universe is very huge. There are very unknown in our galaxy waiting us to explore. Everybody wanted to know about our solar system, about aliens, but it was forbidden very much. And during news release conference, we knew about the Hubble telescope, through which could be seen space with many billions light years far away from our planet. We understand that we and aliens are very small things in comparison with the universe. That's why we try to find each other. Of course, many people don't agree that aliens exist, but we believe in it because many evident witnesses saw the creatures like aliens. I can't agree with the idea that we are all alone in this huge universe. In my opinion, there is life outside our planet. I have read very much about alien. I saw many pictures and strange aliens photos. It was the great reason of our research to discover them. My friend David Meladze and me decided to go deep in our researches. In 1980s, I was sent as an intern to one of the company, the Tula Scientific Center. The topic of seminar was space as the source of solar energy. I remember it as it was yesterday. Nobody knew about my going to the seminar except Meladze. I had only 3 days to learn everything about satellite laser installation and went back with information. Because in 3 days, that satellite with modern equipment had to be sent to space for scientific research of solar energy. And I thought it was the only chance to travel by spaceship. I never imagined to fly in space to see our galaxy, to meet other creatures there. Under Soviet security system, it was impossible to dream about something unusual and fantastic. Soviet intelligence worked very clearly. I was talking about my researching, which I had to do in 3 days. I went and I couldn't even imagine that there is such a technical solutions. It was really exciting for me. There was one secret point. David told me to take one gadget called Eye of Nebula. I shouldn't steal it, I just had to read and remember the technical specifics of that gadget. You will ask why David didn't go there instead of me. There were 2 reasons. First, I was younger and could go there like a volunteer. Second, in Tula, the technical center, they hated David Meladze as much as it was possible, It was because of David's character. Despite the fact of his supreme professionalism, he could never work with people he simply didn't like. Yes, it sounds weird, but what can I do? We had what we had. And because he was genius engineer, he could have some strange things. You agree with me? As they say, people are equal, but genius ones are out of comparison. So I did what I had to do. I learned the Eye of Nebula. In general, I knew already the characteristics of it, but there were some rather new connections I had never seen before. I don't want to explain it now because most of you will not know the terms and details. Anyway, I can just say that they did something incredible, and that was really new way of thinking for that period of time. Even for nowadays, it is very futuristic. Just for you to have some imagination about it, I can say that it was working wireless. Yes. Just imagine that like 40 years ago, there was made a gadget which could send information in wireless way. I can say for sure that Wi-Fi you are using now, even with the most powerful connection, is slower than the Eye of Nebula. It had a huge space to save information data in it. That thing was very small, like an ordinary size of your smartphone you are using now. But despite it, it had over 1000 terabytes database in it, which could send information code to another gadget like it. Okay, let's finish the description of that specific gadget and return to main story of mine. So, as you remember, I should give information about it to my old friend, Mr. David Meladze. As I knew after, he wanted to make two big versions of that equipment to transfer information up to 10 exabytes per second. It's unbelievable even now when we live in 21st century. A century of technical developments, inventions and startups. Okay, we're coming to the start of most interesting part in my story. We met 4 days, and I told Meladze what I saw and learned. After that, he was gone for 2 weeks, and I lost him. Then he started to come to work as usual at 7 a.m. Of course, I was asking him about the project with those huge eyes of nebulas. But after I got not satisfying answers, I decided to keep silence. 2 months passed. Suddenly, he called to my home telephone and came to my home. Finally, it was clear to me. He was working on top secret project called Unity. That was the code name of it. Meladze told me that the start of the project would be in 3 days, but before it, he wanted me to be the first human in future. Without any discussion, we went to the laboratory. In the car on the way, he was talking about his invention in such a manner as if he created a new galaxy. I was chosen by him because he appreciated me as a friend. I did much work for that project, even I didn't know about it. And because he knew that the theme, time traveling, was my passion. My thoughts were real. He wanted to create 2 huge generators to make everything into atoms, after make it energy, and finally put it in informational usage. Yes, he put me between the 2 huge eyes of nebula and started the engine by pushing the green button. Yes, he was loved green color very much. The year I should travel to was the year 4000, and I want to emphasize that I would be the first time traveler, and non-official of course. I was standing in position and felt how my parts were going to little parts and information. Suddenly I lost my conscience and then I fell asleep. So I found myself face to face with aliens. What did they want? Why did they take me out to space? What could I do there alone? I didn't know their language. I couldn't understand their orders. They gave me an injection. My conscience left me, and when I opened my eyes, I was frozen. I was in a big cold swimming pool. They gave me some clothes and began speaking with strange signs. After being injected, I could communicate. Yes, I could communicate with them. Yes, it was very strange for me, but I understood them. They tried to explain me that they have the same rule to live on their planet. The size of galaxy is very huge, and nobody could disturb them to exist there. Nobody has any right to destruct them. I tried to remember about aliens, something I have read before. Oh yes, they were described as being the color gray color, yeah? But do you know what I saw? They were white. They were absolutely white, with big eyes, about 5 or 6 feet tall, big heads and small little tiny mouths. with long fingers but without fingernails. It seemed that I was in some strange, unknown cartoon. I didn't know what to do, cry or laugh. But I understood one thing. They were clever and kind. Maybe they were on our planet many years ago. They came to teach us how to build, how to study, how to develop our planet. Maybe we were very primitive humans. Maybe they came here to support us. Who are aliens? Till now we can't understand them. Their knowledge is very high. I asked them many questions about the pictures, ancient pictures and strange phrases and images on the mountains. What was that? I wanted to know really they have been on our planet or not. They smiled and didn't say anything about it. They were friendly to me, but suddenly an old alien with some strange weapon came in and began to quarrel with others. He forced them out and began to explode my brain with that weapon. I saw my brain on the screen of his device. Oh my god. What was that? I was nervous. That time I saw red and strange lines of my brain. I was angry and I saw black lines of my brain. I was afraid and weak and I saw yellow and green lines of my brain. It was interesting and terrible at the same time. I wanted to know much about me, my brain, reactions, emotions. He gave me some scientific questions, and I could answer with some difficulties. There were very many cells in the spaceship. We researched every cell. Maybe there were 120. I don't remember exactly. He asked me to go back and find the exit. I couldn't do it. He wasn't wondering at my memory. He simply said only one thing. If you can't understand us, why you want to know? Why you want to know everything about us? We live in 4,000 years. Your human's brain don't let you to realize who are we. You can't imagine our existence. Why do you try to research our planet and to know about us? You haven't such kind of ability. You have many mistakes in your life. You don't let other creatures to exist. Who gave you the right to enter in someone's life, huh? Why are there many wars on your planet? Why people suffer and suffer day by day? Why strong people destroy weak and poor people instead of help? That's why you can't live forever. Why do you constantly fight and want to rule the universe? We don't let you to do it. I asked him to tell about them and this period of time, and he started his telling. Many years ago, we lived in a wonderful planet, but it was so many small for us. We wanted to choose another planet and move there, Alien was telling. We decided to move to the Earth planet. As he told me, it was 31 and 00 year. You can ask why did we choose your place. Our galaxy is great, yes, you're right, but we came here with an extremely important mission. We wanted to create a colony of the most intelligent people with super strong powers and abilities. Then he looked at me and continued. We were very surprised about you leaving. You hadn't a developed country. You hadn't any chance to increase and build such fields as machine building, aviation, energy, space, agriculture, communication and high technology. We had a great project to solve these problems, which included electronics, software design, researches, and other experiences to make your life more conductive. I was shocked. And then he told me that during 50 years, there were different wars between people and them who didn't want to accept them. Of course, they had super powerful weapons, but they didn't want to destroy people. They sent them to another planet. It was a great revolution. They began to create a unique planet. And now, it is their place. They did everything for best living. It's a paradise without war, without rich or poor people. They were equal. They didn't destroy buildings, birds, or animals. They live in an exotic place. Their food differs from ours. Every work they can do in some minutes. And what about us? We study and study all our life without great results. But aliens haven't got money. There was no need. You can't imagine so much prosperity. Our brain hasn't such ability to realize it. And you know what alien told me? Go to your time and inform your people about us. Tell them to protect your own place. Don't try to return again. In other case, I myself will kill you. After that, he gave me another strong injection and I appeared on my planet in our laboratory. I was shocked. My brain seemed to boil. I tried to find my friend David Meladze, but alas, he was escaped. Suddenly I looked at the calendar. Oh my god, do you want to know what I had seen? It was the same month, the same date. It was clear that I was absent for only 3 hours. What was mystic and unreal, I couldn't understand. I was embarrassed and decided to escape. I was approaching my house. What did I see? I saw a group of KGB officers, the Agency of State Security, which were the most powerful organ of Soviet time. They were looking for me. I was wanted. Oh, it was not a dream. I was cold. Yes, I had to run away, to go underground, to forget my job, my family, my whole friends. As I didn't do anything and couldn't connect with my friend David, I realized at last that he was arrested. Or something else. I don't know still. Then I knew about our laboratory. It had been destroyed. That's why, my dear friends, I changed my real name. Of course, I wasn't Raniak Jakovich. It's my fictive name. Do you realize why I can't say my real name and why you can't see my face? Long ago I wanted to speak to somebody and tell everything about me, but I hadn't any chance to do it. I couldn't find an exit of that strange situation. I was as a small grain of sand in this great universe. I understood very much we live only once. We mustn't damage our nice planet. I am very grateful to you, Epix TV, for giving me the chance to share my thoughts and life with you. I needed it. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me.
What do you think? Has this man actually been to the year 4000? Be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming video with a time traveler claiming to have video footage of a future president. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.